Greetings. Welcome to A Darkness in Light. I want to talk about something. I asked myself a question last night. If you've been following this series, I've been finding the mathematics of pure love having a reality in terms of their anchoring us to a truth of universal direction and entangling us with the people that we feel them in, and that having consequences. I've listened to this song a bunch because it heals my heart ultimately for something. I'll just say it like this. I feel the people I love being bad to themselves. With men. It hurts me the worst. Because it turns them against me. And I still love them. You don't need a miracle. It hasn't been treat me like that. And I've been tortured into somebody who's hypersensitive, who even feels that non-locally. And this happens to women who are schizophrenic. I know people who feel tortured by energy and are isolated. People think are crazy. But you get into conversation with them about what's really going on, and it's all entanglement. It's people who never left some long-gone twin anchor that left them broken, walking backwards because they didn't give them a hug goodbye. They didn't face the tough feelings like fate provided me and somebody who would have walked forward into our lives with that stain. But we were released. Because we faced the hardest feelings ever, and we cried it out. I'm assuming I cried after. Because it was the most hopeful goodbye, stained in a subconscious awareness that it wasn't happening. But I never wanted anything more. But it was okay. Because we had a moment that stuck to time. It was on the side of a house in the dark. I can barely remember it. I wanted to kiss him so bad. I wrote that we might have cursed ourselves not doing that. That was a projection. That definitely had me walking forward, not realizing I was anchored. And being somebody that people wouldn't take. Because I was too raw. My question to myself last night was, why is my ex-wife not on this list? Why didn't they make me feel the feeling? I've been projecting racism into my art as a means of excavation and looking to see, why do I have this? When I married a black woman, I had to reckon with the fact that I had remnants of a lifetime that put things in my head. Music I listened to growing up, the way kids taught each other underneath their parents, playing video games and hearing those kids screaming things that are just like Tourette's, N-words, and the most misogynistic shit you ever heard. And it just like manifested sometimes. And it wasn't even about them. It was just like, dude, I'm sitting in my home, I'm alone, I'm playing a video game, usually probably because it's this connotation to having absorbed that or something. And the word comes in and it's Tourette's because it's not tied to them. So I'm observing it. And I'm like, this has been happening my whole life. I've been hearing the N-word bounce around inside. And I'm just like, nope, 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 nope. And I'm like always trying to guilt myself or figure out a way. It just feels so guilty. But I'm trying to like get over even having that word come up in my mind because I'm just like, no. But in some of my executive dysfunction lashing out, I use the word. And I used it once with my ex. And it became like absolutely no communication. I was trying to teach from it. Like, that's not me. I was trying to be like, look, this is another stab through executive dysfunction to like cry out. Be like, yo, dude, I need help. This isn't me. I'm sick with something that is making me do this beyond myself. You got to forgive me for the other things I said. I was trying to like consciously be like, this wants to come out, so why? I was like, oh, I guess I'm so traumatized by them. It made me feel balanced in a way of like giving it back to them, right? But it gashed me so deeply to say that because it's like a nightmare. But then I'm like, okay, this might be an opportunity. They know that's not me. So let me tell them why I think I did that. But it comes back here later. What's at the key? What's the Penrose of this psychological dysfunction? It's like every one of our dysfunctions is a staircase, right? Why would I say that? I came back and said it to him a bunch when I was going mad. Because I was like, see, is this the word that made so you wouldn't let me ever talk to my daughter again? I fucking hate you. I'm disabled. The words a schizophrenic person say cannot be held against them morally. You need to trust me on that. I've been trying to explain. When you feel other people's feelings in any way, even if it's made up and it's wrong, conflated with your own, you're empathizing with the people you're gashing in a way that's more painful because you cry the tears you think you should be crying with them in a hug to say you're sorry to each other afterwards, alone, while they're not even engaging with the emotions of what's happening to you to make you do that. They're just blaming you and putting up a steel wall of bullshit between their head and their heart. And you know that. And you're like, I guess I'm just fucked for it. because everybody's so sensitive. And they don't understand this about schizophrenia. And I said all the worst things. But every time I look at the worst things, I'm like, why did I say that? Why do I keep calling these people a boy? Because they honored me as a woman and they're treating me objectively like I don't belong. Why didn't I feel my feeling with my ex? Why do I keep manifesting? What's the root of my body's racism? It's pheromones. It's the DNA history of our body. It's beyond our control sometimes. I can't feel safe with her from my body up. And we hated each other because nobody tried harder to give me what I needed. And I kept trying to convince them that there was some way we could make it work. And they kind of gave up. And then I hated them for it. Because I felt like it was so easy. And sometimes it felt good. But maybe it went both ways. Because they never really had the follow through to give me the things I needed. And then I'm with people who are so much worse to me objectively. And my body gives me this undeniable screaming, this is the vibe. It's like I never wanted to be with a white woman. I'm just going to be honest. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance, unchecked privilege, front of the bus energy with white women. And the few that I really loved have not been that way. They've been really, really good people in terms of how they deal with racism. And that's important to me. There was one person I fell for that wasn't. On the surface level, I had to reckon with it. It's just like, this is something that, this is a part of their trauma. They were made this way. Because they're so open about it. Like when they said things that were kind of racist, they were like hating themselves. It's like they were trying to work through it like I have been in my art. But it's because my body knew that. They didn't smell just right for me. I love their smell. But it didn't get me to my feeling. So that's a trip. Because my body knew that. And I couldn't admit it. And I hated everything for it. Because I was trying to force it. And so that's a healing thing to get to in a right side up world. So I tried to share that because I was like, hey, obviously I got to get to the bottom of why I said the N-word to you. Maybe this will heal the wound of why we couldn't make it work by the resonance of its truth. But there's I don't believe in that. Because nobody's once responded to very true things from my cognitive embodiment with a positive response. Not yet. But I'm getting out of psychosis, so it's like, we're getting there. I want to do a couple things here. I'm going to add this to the synthesis as it is, and then I'll come back, because this has been really poignant and pointed, and I want to keep it as a data point here. I have a little plan, and it's pretty cool. The next one's got a lot going on. There was to be a reckoning. Who is it? Who am I killing? This is sad. I'm a very kind person who's wanted to love every single person. But my mythology has said it over and over again. And so I've tried to make that choice. My mythology said she'd take that shot again. I'm gonna kill people for a better world. Who would get in the way of that? Because they hate me blindly. And they will use their privilege and their power to keep me from surviving for my daughter. And just because I'm able to minority report that that's what they're doing, doesn't mean that it's unright. I am protecting my life and my daughter's ability to see me again. And I know who it is. It's the worst person in the history of the world who's been watching a lot, and I've been conflating with my most recent twin prime entanglement. It's not them. I've been like, it's one of their people. It's one of their people, dude. Nope. All right. We might get some of them too, though.